Stories of the Companions, Chapter 10, W3. Aishah, radiyallahu anha. Aishah, radiyallahu anha, was also married to the Nabi, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in Shawwal of the 13th year of Nubuwah. She was born in the 14th year. The 10th year? In Shawwal, the 10th year of the Nubuwah. She was born in the 14th year of Nubuwah. Nubuwah. What? Was married when she was... Okay, that's a clear contradiction. I was married when she was 6, while Abu Bakr arranged it when she was 6, but was actually sent by her parents to live with Rasulullah after migration to Medina when she was 9. She was 18 at the time of Rasulullah's death, and there's narrations that says that it wasn't till she was a teenager that the Prophet noticed that she was a woman and asked if she wanted to consummate the marriage. There are other narrations. There, not so much the Sunni opinion, but that put her marriage in her teens. That she was a teen when it was even arranged, and she didn't move in for a couple years. And but more soundly, in those days, people didn't always consummate the marriage right away. She died on the night of Tuesday, the 17th of Ramadan, 57 Hijri, at the age of 66. She desired, at the time of her death, that she might be buried, along with other Ummahat al-Mu'mineen, in the public graveyard, though she could be buried by the side of the Nabi's grave, which was in her house. She was the only wife of Rasulullah who had not been married previously. All the remaining wives had either been widowed or divorced, some quite a few times, before they became Ummahat al-Mu'mineen. Now, having a grave in her home meant she couldn't pray in half her home, in the half of her home facing the grave. And so it was a great hardship to her, and they basically pressured her into doing such. To be married in Shawwal was considered a bad omen among the Arab women. Aisha radiyallahu anha says, I was married in Shawwal, and it was in Shawwal that I was sent to live with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Which of Rasulullah's wives had been more blessed with his love and Allah's other favors than me? And we know that being married in the 10th month is the best month to be married, as far as what the Prophet has taught. And there's also reasons to think from the Quran that there was no consummation, because we talk about the property of the orphans and marriageable age and stuff like this, and other indications. But if you put together the narrations, it proves that, well, there's a narrator, the one narrator that kind of makes this point. He said 19. He said 19 when he was younger. He moved to a different place and forgot the word 10. And most people consider his narrating later in life as, this person in the chain, in the narration chain, as weak. But people with agendas. On the death of Khadijah, Qawal ibn Hakim came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, Ya Nabiullah, don't you like to marry again? Rasulullah said, Whom can I marry? Qawala replied, I know one virgin and one widow. Rasulullah said, Name them. Qawla said, The virgin is Aisha radiyallahu anha, the daughter of your bosom friend Abu Bakr, and the widow is Sauda bint Zama'ah. Rasulullah said, All right, you may make the proposal. Qawla then went to Aisha's mother, Ruman, and said to her, I have come with good news for your family. Ruman said, What is the news? Khawla said, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent me to seek Aisha's hand for him. Rumman said, but Aisha is as his niece. How can she be married to him? Let me consult her father. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was not at home at that time. When he came, his proposal was placed before him, and he expressed the same difficulty. Khawla radiallahu anha returned to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and apprised him of their difficulty. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Abu Bakr is my bosom friend and my brother in Islam, but this does not forbid my marrying his daughter. And Abu Bakr, this is related to the narrations that she was already a teenager when this was arranged, but Abu Bakr was the one who set it up, and according to the ones where she was a younger teenager when things were consummated, Abu Bakr was always pressuring the Prophet again and again, according to like Muslim and Bukhari, those sort of narrations that why haven't you consummated the marriage? And well, God hasn't sanctioned it. God hasn't sanctioned having sex with children, even if you are married to him. That sort of thing. Khawla radiallahu anha went and told Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. Accordingly, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was extremely glad to call the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to his home and perform Aisha radiallahu anha's nikah with him. A few months later, when the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam had migrated to Medina, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said to Rasulullah, why don't you have your wife Aisha radiallahu anha to live with you? He said, I have to make some preparations before I do that. And it does seem stronger that they arranged the marriage years before they lived together. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu presented him some money, with which necessary things were arranged. Aisha radiallahu anha then started living with Rasulullah from Shawwal of 1 or 2 Hijri. She shared the bed with Rasulullah for the first time in Abu Bakr's house. These are the 3 marriages which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had before Hijrah. All the remaining wives were taken by him in Medina. Now, in that day, people lived in a small hut, and people would curl up together in a corner to sleep, whole families. So